What is going on, Lunatic Fringe? Guys, for the last couple of days, I've been making comments about a validator, but because I'm not a validator, I don't swim in those waters, so my opinion is just going to be that. My opinion about where you should validate. And by the way, I don't believe I told anybody they should or shouldn't validate with one particular person. Find somebody who aligns with your interests, validate with that person, and that's how you benefit yourself in this community. Whether it be centralization, decentralization, burning, whatever it is, whatever aligns with your interest, that's the way that you should validate and vote. So do that, and don't worry about anything that I say, and don't take me too seriously. I'm entertainment purposes only. If you like this type of content and you like being entertained, hit the like button on your way in. If you don't like the fact that I talk about a specific validator and you don't like what I say about that validator, then you, my friend, you should hit that subscribe button and you should hit that like button or that dislike button every single day and leave a comment down below letting me know how wrong I am. And bring the tea, bring the receipts. Let me know exactly what I'm wrong about. Don't give me your opinion. Just tell me what I'm actually wrong about. Fair enough? Hit that like button. You heard me. You heard me. Anyway, so before we get started, don't forget that we are working on a DEX Tools listing. We're trying to get Luna Classic into the DEX Tools community here. And as you go down this list, again, you see a lot of way less active chains that are included in DEX Tools. So this, I think, is going to be a pretty good move to get us into an ecosystem that we have not previously been in, or if we were, it was because of the bridge when Luna Classic, when we had the collapse in 2022. So we saw them on there, but it was bridged with BNB or it was bridged with Ethereum. So this would be an actual listing here and would create a new path forward for this chain, especially for stuff like Cat with Hat, Juris Protocol, Garuda X, and some of the coins and tokens that are in this chain that we don't normally see a whole lot about. So this would be a great opportunity. But let's move on. Article up from Crypto Newsflash talking about will this set a Luna Classic price rally? Now, I'm going to answer that question. And I'm just going to say this, okay? What we have now is a reverse charge, and this is going to create new interest, and there's a reason why. So let me point out it's going to create new interest without getting too deep into the woods. Now, we also have Classic Chaos saying that burn tax doesn't work because there's 15 different researches, there's 15 different scientific studies dissecting the burn tax, and it isn't saving Terra Classic. It's burning activity, investors, and growth. Science says it is a no. So go listen to this if you want, if you're interested in it. And they talk about it right here, the key findings and the impacts. I would encourage you to go read about this. Now, the one thing that I do want to say is, yes, it does in many ways. However, let's talk about, I want to see, and I'm going to probably reach out to these people, and I'm going to ask them about this test, because most of the tests are, and most of the tests that drive down behavior are pre-sale taxes. That is to say, I have 1 billion tokens, and there's a 3% tax. I'm only cashing out 970 million instead of 1 billion because that tax is taxing me, not taxing the ecosystem. So the reverse charge is something that takes place after the fact, post transaction. So I don't think that they're looking at this clearly and objectively in that regard. I don't know for sure, but I don't know any other mechanism in which we have this reverse charge sort of mechanism where the tax is implemented after the transaction. Most of the time you pay for it. So I'm going to be curious to see what this means, but so I'll keep you posted if I have an update on it. But other than that, nothing new in Commonwealth. As far as CoinHall goes, not a lot of movement here in meme coins. If there is any movement, the movement is to the downside right now because the market is the market. On Galaxy Station, we've got the set on-chain tax rate to 1.5%. You can see here, and again, validate with people whose beliefs align with your own. If you think a 1.5% tax is the way to go, Jesus is Lord, and Jesus is Lord 2, Burrito Node, LUNC Community, LUNC Swap, Modern Joseph Node, Revinci. They've all voted yes on it. Infinity Airdrops. No is Terraport, BL Nodes, LUNC Community, Community Alliance, LUNC Alliance. No with veto is Juris, Solid Vote, Battle Force, Lunanauts, LVS. Again, vote, validate with the people whose opinion aligns with yours. Right now, 75% to the yes, and this is just getting started. So this is looking like an overwhelming pass. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would people vote no on raising the tax? And I don't know for sure what the reasoning is behind it, but I would suspect that a couple of years ago, Binance said that they wouldn't do a 1.5% tax. So with that being the case, I think that people feel like it's important to protect the interest of Binance so that Binance is still a partner. And there's some people who are going to say, I don't care. So again, you vote the way your conscience says vote, and then validate with the people who align with your beliefs, whatever those beliefs are. And if you don't have any kind of indication or anything like that about which way somebody is or is not voting, wait for them to vote, and then decide after that fact. And then, by the way, not just one single issue, all the issues. Find the people that most that align with you the most. That's how progress gets made. Now let's look at price action. So on price action, we've come back down to the 50 MA on the daily, which is important here. So what we've now received here is, and by the way, we should get an update from the U.S. market today on the FOMC. We should get a rate cut today. Probably going to send the markets into the positive for a couple of days, maybe, just maybe, by the way. Things are not the same as they were a couple of years ago, and I know I used that 4 years ago sort of mantra, if you will. It's not exactly the same. It's close, but not exactly. So we're at the 50 MA. I would suspect the surge is going to 15,587. And guys, I just want to stress one more time that when you have this impulse move that comes up here, and you have the breakdown here, the next rally is up here to the 236. Then we find out if we're going to make it or not. Depends on how the bounce comes. If it comes down here and it really kind of just reverses right here or right here, then suspect that we're going to be right here at this top very, very quickly. If not, might be a little deeper cut. But that, that's the way that it works, or that's the way that it's been working. So I would think that we're probably, we're going to find out real quickly. And there's nothing to be bearish about, by the way. The only thing that's bearish right now, oddly, is Christmas. As we celebrate this holiday, we'll probably have situations here where we experience some downward momentum because people are selling off at the end of the year to pay their taxes and settle their tax debts and obligations, and then the market's going to just absolutely explode. It's exploded every January. We've seen it over and over again. There's no reason to suspect this one's going to be different. We're getting into the bull run. So whatever happens, consider right now, we might have a surge up to 15, but it's going to be sideways trading for the most part until we get to the end of the year. And then if I were to look at this on this kind of perspective and say, if we get that rally and that rally comes like that, then as you do this right here and you set this falling wedge, and by the way, there's no falling wedge to this at this point. Let me be specific here. I'm just saying that if there were a falling wedge and we saw that falling wedge playing out, it would look like that. And if it did, then oddly enough, it breaks out at the beginning of January. So I think we're going to be just fine here in a couple of days. So, but I don't know. And again, we should get another surge. And if we do, I'll be back here to say, I told you. So let's move on. Trade volume is down. Again, the trade volume, the big trade volume, still BTCC. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Don't know any burns or anything like that happening. But I mean, listen, we've had more burns. I'm going to show you that in just a moment. USTC, same thing. Volume down. We're seeing that declining interest. But that's a broad thing. We're seeing declining interest in all markets right now. We have good look, Bitcoin still moving upwards. The rest of the market still moving upwards ultimately. But, we're not exactly there. Now, what is going on in the markets here is there's an announcement. I'm not sure where this announcement is. It just came out, and it's calling all projects and builders back to Terra Classic. I'm not sure where this comes from, but everybody is sharing it right now. So I'm not really sure. And you can see here, there's it looks like there's a few different, or at least somebody cut off the bottom or something like that. Leonardo. I don't know where this came from. I don't know who did this. And also, we got an announcement from Binance that they will support the next upgrade to 3.3.0. I don't know where all this is coming from right now. As far as the Terra Classic announcement, I would assume an announcement would take a development team, and I think that development team would need to put it through governance. I don't know, why this statement is being. I have no idea what this is, or who put this out or anything right now, but it's out there. So also, if you want to track the votes, LUNC Dash, come over here, click on it, and you can track it all. Of course, you can go to Galaxy Station, either one of them. As far as burns go, 351 million over the last 7 days. Trending about average with what we would expect it to be trending. We're no longer on fire, if you will. So, and maybe it will be pretty soon. By the way, if you're not already and you want to trade futures on Luna Classic, or you want to trade on an exchange, if you're in America or something like that, I have a link in my description down below. Weeks, WEEX. That's where you can go do trading, and you can earn yourself some significant rewards if you're right. If you're right in futures trading on Luna Classic, you can make just a fantastic return off of it. Especially because if you think it's about to take off, set yourself a good position, go to weeks and go for it. You know what I mean? So good luck. Burns average, just nothing special. If you're looking for some risk-based entertainment, then B Gaming has the Multiplier Rush Christmas Edition, giving away $5,000 from now until December 29, or in 5 days until December 29. You can play Santa's Christmas Rush, sponsored by TerraCasino and Pragmatic Play, and also daily cash drop of $11,000 from now until January 5th, and World Poker League until December 22nd. You got 5 days left. 2 million euros giveaway. Unbelievable. Also, if you're looking for meme coins to trade, Terraport.finance is your place to be. And if you want to earn, I've got my stake in here, Launchpad over here, and I've been testing the Selenium. Now the Selenium Launchpad here is done. The farming is over with and completed and finished. But I wanted to say this: I've been testing the beta of the Selenium Launchpad. I like it so far. It uses the same green kind of color scheme, stuff like that. I'm not at liberty to show you guys at this point, but it's a lending and borrowing sort of platform. And I think that along with something like Juris Protocol, like these kind of things, this is where the money is, right? This is where things get really, really, really interesting. Where you bring back a lot of people to this ecosystem, people that maybe would not otherwise be in here, because it's easy to lend and borrow. And if you have liquid staking, just for example, and you have $10,000 that you're staking, and your liquid staking gives you an extra $6,000. Well, technically, you have $16,000. There's risk associated with it, but technically, you have $16,000, and you can use your liquid staking in order to buy more crypto. So you are lending that crypto to this this borrower, and then that borrower is in fact lending you liquid Selenium in this case, and you can use that to buy other crypto and continue to build your profile and your portfolio. And then when you're done and you've made your money, you just unwrap it and unstake. It's very, very simple. So I'm pretty excited about what the future brings here. I mean, look, for many people, the liquid staking protocols, things like that is, and these are called selenized assets, by the way. But these are the kind of things right here that attract investors who are looking for huge yield and huge returns. So I would suspect that you're probably going to see a lot of activity as Selenium and Juris Protocol and these things get discovered. But that's just my opinion. You let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And remember, this is not financial advice. I'm always right. I appreciate each and every one of you that you come here and check me out every day and talk about the crazy, crazy world of Terra Luna Classic. I think it's important to point out, again, I don't care who you validate with. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is that you matter. If you want your bags pumped, vote to have your bags pumped. If you want decentralized, slow-moving progress, then vote and validate with decentralized, slow-moving progress. It's okay. If you remember back in the old days, there were three big guys when it came to the original, Luna Classic team. One, I think it was Ed Kim, wanted to move everything fast. Vegas was kind of in the middle. Somebody else kind of in the middle, and then you had the guy from Sweden, I think it was, the Netherlands somewhere, and he just wanted to build, that it would take years to make stuff happen, and he was right ultimately, because it is taking forever to get stuff done. But the important part is we had different people that were looking at different ways to make this thing happen. So hopefully we will continue on with this journey, and the progress that we see will be speeding up and a little more robust and quick as we get a little bit further down the road. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. And again, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right.